Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be a really good one if you love to talk about planning and thinking about planning for a Disney World trip. I'm going to be going into when we're going, where we're staying, and why we've made some of the decisions that we've made for this particular trip. I have got a handy dandy little notebook that Disney has sent. I am a type A planner. I don't describe myself as a type A person, but when it comes to planning, I am type A, and I like to just plan everything out. I want to have it down to the detail, and I get a sick sort of enjoyment out of it, to be honest with you. Just gonna dive right in. I've got my notes on my phone so that I can not ramble and kind of keep this going. We are going to Walt Disney World the first week of May. This is a week that I've been wanting to book a trip and plan because historically, this seems to be a low crowds week. For someone that loves Disney, I hate crowds. I am not a crowds person. I know that doesn't go together. It doesn't make any sense. I can't explain it. So this will be our fourth trip with the kids. Fifth trip for just mom and dad, but since 2023. Our very first trip in 2023, we thought we were going to be one and done, and then we got sucked in, as happens to many people, and now I'm on YouTube. So yeah, that just is kind of how it goes, I guess. There are 10 of us going on this trip. So there's my immediate family, my husband and I and our two kids, and then my mother is going, and then also my husband's sister, so my sister-in-law, her husband, and their three kids are going. So 10 people. That's going to be a big trip. We're really excited. The age ranges of the kids too go from 7 months and then to my oldest, who is 13. So we've got quite the age range. We are driving down. I am an overpacker along with an overplanner, so we always like to drive. From where we're at in Tennessee, it's a good 12-hour drive, so we usually break it up and stay. So we get as close as we can and stay somewhere. This year, we're doing something a little different, and we are actually going to drive all the way to Orlando to stay the night because the way the dates of this have come out, we're actually going to go to a park on arrival day, which is something that we just don't usually do. So, but the way that it's kind of working out, and which I'll go into a little bit later, that's what we are staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which is one of the deluxe resorts. I'm very, very excited. This has been on a bucket list to stay at. We have stayed deluxe before. We stayed at Yacht Club on our very first trip because, like I said, we thought we were one and done. And then after that, we have stayed value. We've stayed Pop Century, love Pop Century, would stay at Pop Century again. And we've also stayed All Star Movies. We stayed at All Star Movies, loved that one. I would stay at that one again. So we've stayed at Yacht Club and we've stayed at Pop Century and we've stayed at All Star Movies. Love all three of those. What's hardcore stay them again. The reason we're staying deluxe is that Disney released, some of these deals back in the fall, and there was a deal to get Animal Kingdom with 4 park ticket days, which is also something we don't usually do. We usually do 3 park days with Park Hopper, but it was, 4 park tickets, staying at Animal Kingdom Resort. And when I priced them out, because that is what I do, I get as many little price comparisons as I can. We were going to be able to stay at Animal Kingdom. It was like a $400 difference. And so that, to me, like versus Pop Century is what I was pricing it against. So that was really huge to me to be able to stay deluxe for that kind of a deal for when we are going, and for it to be a resort like Animal Kingdom, which to me is a really unique resort. That's why we are doing that. But yeah, we usually only do 3 park days and we do Park Hopper. Since we are doing 4 park days, I did not do Park Hopper because you know what, that's a lot more money. But also if you're going to be down there for 4 park days, to me, a dedicated day to each park. So like I said, one of the things that we're doing differently on this trip is we are going to a park on the day that we get there. And the reason for that is that the day that we get there, Epcot is going to be, or as long as the schedule doesn't change, is going to be the day that we would get extended hours for deluxe resort. To me, that works out. I don't care about missing rope drop at Epcot, especially having the extra hours. We are going to go to Epcot on day of arrival, and then Animal Kingdom the next day, Magic Kingdom the day after that, because then Magic Kingdom, that will be the day that they have extended hours, again, as long as they don't change the schedule between now and May. Break day, and then last day Hollywood Studios, which is something that we usually do because we like to end our trips with Fantasmic. This is going to be a busy trip. We did the extended hours when we stayed at Yacht Club previously. I think maybe the extended hours at Magic Kingdom is what got us so dang hooked on Disney. It was magical. It was, of course, still coming out of COVID. The crowds were very low. And I mean, there was just no one in Magic Kingdom. It was unreal. Just having that time, we really, really enjoyed that. Can't wait to do those extended hours again. So we did opt to do the dining plan this time, which is something we've never done before, which I guess they just brought it back, 2 years ago, maybe? We've never done the dining plan before, but they had a deal where kids were free. Of course, my 13-year-old's not free, but my 7-year-old is free. My nieces and nephews, they are all free. But for the dining plan, never ever look at it as a way to save money, because it's not. You're not saving any money, but it is a way to go ahead and have your budget for food. After our last few trips of buying food, then not eating the food because we weren't really in the rooms, then still buying food in the parks, I was like, okay, I want to try the dining plan. So we're doing the quick service dining plan. We're not doing any character dining. We've done Cinderella's Royal Table before. Don't know that I would do it again, but we're not doing any character dining. I don't want to waste time at table service. I just don't. But quick service, you can still get some really good food. I'm kind of on a mission to beat the dining plan. I have seen other people do this. There's one called Toro Coupon Hunter. I'm not sure if I'm remembering her channel right. She beats the crap out of the dining plan on her trip. She really does. And there's all kinds of tips and tricks that she gives in her video on how to do that. But basically the way you beat the dining plan is you're getting the most expensive thing on the menu. If you indulge in alcoholic beverages, which we do, you get an alcoholic beverage. You really can come out beating the dining plan and getting things that maybe if you hadn't already paid for the dining plan that you might not pay, for. So again, you're not saving any money, but I am excited to use it. I'm especially excited for all the snack credits. One tip that I learned from her, so, my kids are going to be getting snack credits, but my kids like soft serve and popcorn, and that is not a good value to use for your snack credits. So I will be using their snack credits in Epcot. I've already got a list. We are going to get Lightning Lane Multipass for this trip. Normally we get it. We don't usually get it for Animal Kingdom, but we have decided we're going to get it all 4 days. And a big reason for that is because my mom is going with us. My mom is in great health, but the walking, she does have some trouble with her knees. So the walking is going to be kind of hard for her. And if I can limit the amount of time that she is standing in line, I'm going to make her trip so much more enjoyable. I don't know that she will go to Disney with us again. She's not a big Disney person. So, she may go another time, but I'm looking at this as I really want this to be a memorable trip for my mom. I grew up going to Disney with my dad. My parents were divorced, but I grew up going to Disney with my dad. I never did get to go with my mom. We just didn't. We went other places, but my dad loved Disney. So I'm excited for her to get to go as a grandma. In fact, got her this awesome shirt off of Etsy. Isn't that so cool? It says best grandma ever. I got this off of a small shop on Etsy, and it's got all the different Disney grandmas on it. Okay, I'm good. So I'm really excited for her to wear that shirt. She's even kind of gotten into it and buying some Disney merch and things like that. And so that'll be really exciting. We call my husband Manic Mickey, and it was actually his sister that came up with that title. Is that a surprise? Brother-sister dynamic there. But my husband is rope drop to close, no breaks. If you lag behind, you're left behind. If you're hungry, he will chuck a bag of popcorn and a Coke Zero at you and say, keep on going, which is great. Especially when it was just me and him on our trip, that was fine. With our kids, I have to remind them, hey, we have to feed them. We have a 13-year-old girl. Like, if you don't feed her, she real mean. So the goal for this trip, because this is not our first trip, this is not our second trip. We've been quite a bit in the last few years, including 2 Disney cruises. The goal for this trip is to get him to slow down. We want to slow down. I want to enjoy the streetmosphere. I want to enjoy some of the things that you might miss if you're just rushing from ride to ride. You know, really focusing on the ones that we love, that we know we want to do, not worrying so much about being as efficient as possible because sometimes you get wrapped up into that and then you just kind of miss things. We are really focusing on getting Manic Mickey to slow down. My mom might kill him. We can't do 13 miles a day. We just can't. Manic Mickey's going to have to slow down. So part of my prep for our trips is planning outfits. Me and my daughter, we love to plan our outfits. We really get into it. She and I started planning months ago, especially because I gave up online shopping for Lent, and that has been very difficult, but I made sure to clear my Etsy cart before Lent started. That was that was Fat Tuesday for me. She and I have planned our outfits. She's got some really cute stuff from Etsy. I've gotten some cute stuff from Etsy. We both started Pandora charm bracelets this year, so we have those. We stick with cute t-shirts, tennis shoes, and then I really like wearing a type of tennis skirt. I just think, you know, for me, that's more flattering. She really wants to wear jean shorts. I'm like, you do you. We might have some chafing. I've got some thigh friction sticks I'll be giving her, but you know, that's just the style right now for kids. They want to wear these jean shorts and an oversized shirt, and as a mother, I just have to accept that. It's cute on her. We've really gotten into that, and I did get another shirt in from Etsy that I'm super excited about. It's the castle shirt. How cute is that? Now, this is not the one that was released in the parks. You can get that one off eBay for like $150. And I was like, yeah, no, thank you. I will get a fake one off of Etsy. I also, the one that they did in the park is like a stark white. I didn't want that. I like kind of an off-white. So one thing that Disney sent that I don't remember them sending before, they've sent things like this, but I don't remember it being this individualized, is this little thing right here. And it has like our actual like information specific to our trip, not just, you know, generic stuff. So like it's got in here when you can do your dining reservations, enchanting extras, when I can purchase Lightning Lane, all of I like this. Like if you've never been to Disney before, I think this would be super helpful. It's also got about the quick service dining plan. Like I don't know if you can see that. You know, just I'm glad that they're doing this. How to use magic bands, you know, which we already have our magic bands. So other prep that I do for Disney, I am a crafty person. I am not an artistic person, but I am a crafty person. So I will be making my own press-on nails. I do make my own press-on nails, and I am not an expert, but I've been doing it for a little over a year, and I have gotten fairly good. I think I want to do some that are Sorcerer Mickey themed, and I have gotten some gel polishes that will help me do that. So I'm really excited about that. Also, I've been making bag charms. Before Lent started, I saw a tutorial about making your own bag charms. And because I had looked at bag charms on Etsy and I was like, these are crazy. I can make this. Before Lent started, I got on Poshmark and other places and I started buying wishables. I went kind of crazy over wishables and itty bitties. I'm pretty sure we all have a wishable that we could use each day, because, you know, you got to have a theme. So like for Magic Kingdom, I have a little Aurora. My son has the Mandalorian itty bitty. I have enough to make for my nieces and nephews. Like my nephew loves Toy Story. And I just went on a hunt for these wishables, and I have slowly started turning them into keychains. I was interested in seeing that process. I will do, I can do another video on that about how to turn them into keychains, and then how to paint nails. And then also one more thing. So another thing that I always like to do is I make bags. So like bags with patches and things like that. Yes, you can buy them off Stony Clover and spend $300. You can, You can buy fairly cheap ones off of Amazon, but I love like patches, chenille patches, that kind of stuff. I've made some bags previously. They're still going strong. And I got a couple new patches from Etsy that I'm really excited about that I'm going to put on bags. Let's see if this will show. Yeah, so I've got this one, which is like a stamp of each 4 parks. This is actually going to go on a belt bag. I don't really like taking multiple belt bags. I like to wear the same belt bag each day. So this is one that I can wear. And then I really do love the look of Stony Clover. I refuse to pay the price for it. I have made a different bag, a little canvas bag with Mickey patches on it. I wanted something that looked a little more like Stony Clover, so I've ordered like a different bag off Amazon, and then I got this patch off of Etsy. How cute is this? I absolutely love this. Can't wait to put it on the, like, not really a duffel bag, but, you know, I guess a duffel bag, but not like a weekender bag, smaller than that. So that's the crafting that I'm going to be doing. If anybody's interested, I can definitely do a video on how I do all of that kind of stuff. But, you know, it's the prepping and the planning that also makes a Disney trip fun, especially if you're someone like me that loves a theme and loves to do that kind of a stuff. Like I said, I'm not artistic, but I am crafty. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. Give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I've got great more Disney content coming. Bye.